Hi, I'm Dan Rubin. It's my buddy Nick Cafatos.
Hi, Dan.
And this is our display for BrickFair this year. We call it a Tale of Two Cities. So we've got the futuristic arcology here, walled off from the have-nots, if you will, on the poisonous alien landscape.
Yeah, so this is a really awesome build. I love how you've got the moving parts and everything, the great landscape, the tower. What was the inspiration for this? How did you decide to do a build like this?
Part of it was an illustration I saw from a book from the Rift series, which had an arcology with like a bomb going off on the outside. I just kind of got thinking about, like, you know, it'd be cool to do, like, mix the modern sterile with the organic, messy exterior, you know. Give us a lot of opportunity to build different things.
So we build together, but we build separately. We don't bring it together before BrickFair.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we have a basic idea of what each person is working on, send some work in project or shots to each other. But then we just get going and kind of hammer out where things are going to meet.
I would say every year we change our mind like 6 times before BrickFair about what we're doing.
That's right. That's right.
I'm trying to remember what this started as.
I think it started at, you know what? I have no idea what it started as.
It was something else, though. You just know there's been a lot of changes.
It might have been water or a river or something.
It definitely started as a walled city.
Okay.
But it wasn't a circle. For sure. It was two different cities. We decided that we were going to do a separation or separatist theme.
That's right.
Yeah. Well, this is really cool. So then if you want to talk a little bit more detail about the tower here and how this is kind of built and some of the details in there.
Sure. So actually, like we talked about bringing it together, I built the tower, but Nick built the greenery. And Nick built the cylinder that the tower, like I built from here up, but he built the thing that holds all the weight of this tower and the tracks that move and everything.
Oh, he's right.
So what was it like building the bottom cylinder part then?
So the bottom, it started as a walled city, and then what happened is a rack of train tracks fell off of the shelf and hit me while I was building the base. So I put them together to see how big of a circle it was, and the circle actually we had laid out what the footprint was going to be. When I saw that the circle of the tracks, and I'd never built a train before, when I saw that they fit inside of 4 base plates, I rolled with it, and then it was trying to figure out how to make a circle around it. Then the train was added later when I got hit in the head with non-powered rails.
So you get hit in the head a lot.
It's pretty precarious in there. It's not safe for adults or children in that room.
So what's the structure like on the inside there, keeping that all together?
So it's boxes built out of 2x4s. My 7-year-old son helped me build a lot of the structure inside. He has pretty good structural knowledge, but he's also able to slap together 2x4 bricks. So it's a series of 2x4 boxes. A box is built out of 2x4s that's holding up the weight of the platform for sure, and then the circular platform is built out of plates and wing plates, and it's sitting on top of those boxes.
Yeah, you covered up. You can barely see. He did this like star pattern between dark gray and light gray. It's covered in trees now, but it's like a really interesting geometric shape, I thought. It's pretty cool looking.
The original plan did not call for trees at the bottom. Those were decided on in the last week.
So how did you decide on the color scheme then? It's mostly gray, and then it looks like you've got maybe some red color added in there as well on the other side with some windows and stuff.
We knew we were going to go with a desert planet, a tan, and we thought that the gray doesn't necessarily contrast with the new gray. The new light gray does stand out from it. We also have a bunch of that just happen to have a lot of those 6x6 tiles in that color. So it kind of backed into the color scheme from there. Then made everything fit around the 6x6 tiles.
Yeah.
So that's what drove the color of the towers that are rotating on the platform. It also matched the tower too. Our options for the tower were either light gray or dark gray. We picked one and went with it.
So if you want to talk a little bit more detail then about the desert area that you mentioned here, how'd you decide to lay that out, and you got all the minifigs and stuff there?
Yeah, so we wanted to do like a market bazaar, and the thing that was really important to us was to make it like really crowded, like really feel like lived in and just like a lot of action going on. So I just kept trying to build like crazy characters, like that would just be interesting to look at. So it's not just like a mill of all people in a uniform or something, where like there's something to explore there, hopefully, and see. And you know, we're going with this purple to make it look more alien, like maybe it's a toxic goo. So like the people from inside the city, they're all wearing hazmat suits, but the people outside, they're brewing it down. They've got a still over there and they're drinking the stuff, you know. They got a bar. So, you know.
When we decided on the walled city, one of the things that kind of crept up is we live in an area where there are people that have gated communities and live kind of behind the scenes. And it's the people living on the outside that are really living life, really enjoying themselves.
Yeah. So this is a really great build then. And so you mentioned that you had to bring it together here at the show. What was the setup time and everything like that then?
Setup time was actually pretty quick this year relative to years past. We got it done within a day. The big structures we build so that they transport easily. Okay. So it wasn't too hard to get the circle, the circular building, the walls, the train track, to get all of that set up. That was nothing. It was the detail work. It was setting the figs, moving the bazaar around, because once we get everything together, we had to decide where to lay everything out. It was just kind of the joint decision making that takes the most time. It wasn't too difficult to do.
Yeah. Okay, well, very cool. Thanks for telling us about that. I appreciate it.
Hey, thanks for having us. Glad you like it.